for joining me on Fab Food Fridays with Farah, where I'm going to show you how to make some amazing collard greens. So I'll start off with some smoked turkey that I got from Publix, lime, I have my vinegar, black pepper, salt, onion powder, I have my measuring spoons and all of that, garlic powder, as well as my bay leaves. I have some Maggie here, half of the Maggie cube, cayenne pepper, my onions, garlic, and butter, as well as my collard greens. I got everything from Publix, a majority of my items from Publix actually, because I love their meats, and I'm showing you my bowls that I have. So I start off with soaking the smoked turkey with lime, and that's to remove the salt. You know, with smoked turkey, of course, it's a little salty. So what I do is I like to soak it for approximately 5 minutes or more just to get rid of it. Cut my limes in half, soak it, drain it. And I'm showing you my garlic, my onions, bay leaves, cayenne pepper, and my half Maggie cube. This is to make my turkey broth. And this is just me showing a picture of those ingredients that I have just to make the broth. Everything is going to be in the description box. I'm showing you how I have everything to the side, and this is the broth. You know, I'm going to go ahead and stir my ingredients, and it smells so good. The cooking time took a while. I'm adding my butter to it, and this is it. Looks really good. This is after it's been boiling and it's done. So I have my strainer where I remove the ingredients that I use to make the turkey broth. So of course, make sure you have that, but do not get rid of those ingredients. Just go ahead and, you know, put it to the side. And these are the amazing collard greens. Look at that color. Look at that beauty. A quick, you know, pick. I love collard greens. They're so good. So I have my salt, my black pepper. It's always good to, you know, have your ingredients separate. Sometimes I do mix them, but I didn't do it this time. My red pepper flakes and my garlic powder, as well as my onion powder. So this is me removing the stem. That's really important. You don't want to be crunching on any stem, so remove it. And this is a slow-mo of me chopping up my collard greens. And you'll see that later on. I like to chop mine. I don't chop mine too finely. You're gonna see later on, but it's the way I like to chop them, where they're not too small, not too big, but that's how I prefer them. This is me removing it from the stem. People have different ways of doing it, but this is like a beginner video for people who aren't accustomed to making collard greens or anything. Other people have, like, you know, different ways of doing this, but I'm like, okay, this is the best way I could show, you know, for beginners. And you could do this if you feel like, oh my gosh, this is too hard, I can't do this. It is simple. Okay, just follow my step-by-step tutorial, and don't forget to read the description box. So once you're done removing this stem, you're gonna roll it up. Roll that thing up. Roll it up, and then you're going to chop it up. So this is afterwards, after removing them. And another video of how I chop them. I'm like, you know what? Let me show you exactly how I do it for those who are more very visual people and need to see the step-by-step process. So I'm rolling it up, and this is me actually chopping it up. There you go. Look, and take your time when doing this. Also, watch your fingers. Watch your fingers when you're doing this. Just see how I'm doing that? Slow-mo. Don't be afraid of the knife now. And of course, I did not wash these yet. I always start off with doing this process first, and then I go ahead and I wash them. I feel like you get to the dirt more, if that makes sense. That's just my thoughts. People have different ways of doing it, but this is my technique. So after I'm done chopping it, I'm going to use some vinegar for the washing process. I'm adding the vinegar, and then I add my water. Cold water, not hot water, cold water. And then I add some of the salt that I have. I don't use too much salt in this process because it's already a salty, you know, a salty dish in a sense if you think about it. So I'm limited with how much salt that I use. And this is the greens after it has been cleaned. I washed it about 3 to 4 times. So I have my ingredients to the side, as you've seen. I also add my greens to the pot. This is all the seasonings that I added to the pot, and I made sure to add some more smoked turkey. This one I didn't do the whole process of soaking and everything. So I have one part where I am soaking it to get the salt off. Then I have another part where I just add like one. It's up to you how much you want to add it to the pot, and that's enough, you know, salt, if that makes sense, to the dish. But this is the aftermath. I let it cook for about literally 3 to 4 hours. It took a while. You can make the broth beforehand, probably a day prior, if that'll cut you, you know, cut some time in half. But this is the end results. Thank you so much for taking the time out to watch my video on Fab Food Fridays with Farah. I appreciate it, and see you next time. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na.